Ta-da! I had to adjust the camera. Oh, woo. Okay. Hey, and welcome back to High Heels Happy Hour.
Welcome.
And I haven't seen you in a while, Ingrid.
No,
How are you?
I am good. I don't know how you do it. We just found out what six hours difference
Time difference?
when you travel. We just got back from California and I'm tired.
Oh, well.
It's only 3 hours.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
It
Lord,
takes a
how does
while.
Christina do this?
It takes about a day per hour. So like 6 days before you're kind of full.
The children
back.
wake up and they go, Mom, did we sleep?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, you did sleep, but you're going to be a little tired today. So.
Yeah, but it was a good trip. You get to see some snow.
Yes, we got to see snow. Some really good friends of ours got married, which was really nice. And we got to it's so pretty in California. If I was to move, I think I would move to California.
Yeah, it's pretty. But I think the only problem would be, for me, would be the time difference, because then it would be 9 hours to Sweden for family. And they seem to get all the crap, like the heat and fires and mudslides, and it's just, I feel so sorry for them.
That, yes, but then you have all of you can go up an hour and get snow.
Yeah, no, I would love that. I would love
down
that.
an hour.
That would be
get the beach.
Yeah, maybe you should never say never. Maybe we all move to California.
I was like,
wow. Who knows?
Like, this is so crazy. Like, you drive up and I'm like, oh, there's snow, and then you drive down and
we don't quite have it like that here in Florida.
But it was good. It was good. It was a good trip. Good food.
Yeah, nice.
So, how about you?
It was good. It was a hectic week. I had my wedding anniversary.
That's right.
And which we went out for dinner and celebrated. And then it just kind of a lot of fun interior projects. So it's been hectic, but good.
It's good.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your hack?
So my hack is we all like a great deal.
Yes.
Especially when we want something, we're like, oh, this is really nice, but how about if it was maybe had a discount or on sale?
Yes, it always feels like we're a little smarter when we get it.
Yes, and we can buy more because then you can, you get something a little less expensive.
Yeah.
So if you put it in your cart, they say that within.
So you mean online, right?
Online,
if I put it in my cart at Target.
Can you imagine? I'll just I'll leave it. No. If you get it now, you get 10% off. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
If you do it online and you leave it in your cart, they say for at least 48 hours. Like wait 48 hours, you'll get a discount code or like an email saying, "Hey, don't forget you have something in your cart. Now you can get
very
10 to 30%."
Happens. Or they say, "Oh, the thing you like just went on sale." I get emails on that too.
Okay.
No, this is something I do. So yes, it's a great. I didn't
realize.
I didn't start out as a hack, but now I'm like, I wonder what happens if I just let it sit here for a while and marinate. And then they go, "You have things in your cart." To encourage you, here's a coupon. Yeah.
And I get notifications when my clients put stuff in their cart saying, "Hey, we just reminded them that it's in the cart." But I didn't. I started getting these, but I thought it was just like a glitch.
Oh,
but it's not a glitch.
It's not.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. So have a little patience. Okay, so mine is a health hack. Go figure. So I did a in-body scan at the gym this week as well. So, and quite frankly, I'm super upset that doctors today still just use a regular old scale, because the weight itself says very little. What you want to find out is how much muscle mass as opposed to body fat, and you want a full kind of breakdown. Those are the things that are important, because even the BMI, if you are someone who's super fit and muscular, then you can look obese on a BMI because you weigh more because
Mhm.
muscles weigh more. Anyway, so I did one of those in body, and I think it's really great. So I don't care about the weight number anymore.
Wish more people
And
thought
I have
that.
actually gained weight, but I've also gained a lot of
Where?
um, well, I've gained a lot of muscle mass.
Oh, you have.
So that's the interesting thing. So now I'm instead of I don't even care about the number. I just look at the percentage. And I did get one of those bioimpedic scales you can get at Amazon for $30.
Mhm.
And it's attached to your phone. It's an app on your phone, so you can weigh yourself, do the same kind of scan. It's not going to be as accurate because it always tells you have higher body fat percentage than you have, and then you go and do it on it. But you can see the trend. So
Huh,
even if it tells me maybe not the accurate number, I can see if it goes up or down.
okay.
So that's my tip or hack. Don't care about the number, but look at, especially for us women aging, we need more muscle mass. So you want to make sure you increase the muscle mass, not worry so much about the weight
I
in
will tell
itself.
you, talking about muscle mass, when we
Hmm.
were on the flight,
Hmm.
so many women
Hmm.
could not put their
I
luggage,
know. Isn't that crazy?
and then they look at Victor, and I'm like, "Are you gonna start charging?"
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I can't lift it. Oh, I need more
Like, no,
muscle." Yeah, you need more
it should be
muscle.
one of those things. You are not allowed to bring a carry-on that you cannot put in the overhead
No,
compartment.
and Victor was like, "They're heavy."
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, and he
Yeah.
can lift, but I
It
mean,
should be like when you at least in Sweden, when you do a motorcycle license, you have to be able to lift the bike off the ground. That's like the first.
a motorcycle?
I mean, to a standing, from a lying to a standing.
Oh, I was like,
Because
"How?"
if you can't do that, you can't,
I thought you said lift. I'm
No,
like,
yes, you gotta lift it
"What?"
overhead. No, that would be a little
I
harsh.
was like, "Gosh, you guys are a little tough." I'm like,
Yeah, all the bikers in Sweden are very muscular. No, but you have to be able to race it from lying to standing. Because if you
that
can't do that,
then
you
you should be
should not be
driving.
driving a motorcycle or
That's a
riding a
that's they should
motorcycle.
do that here.
I have no idea if they do it here. I know they do it there.
Oh my.
But so yes, get a bioimpedic scale and don't worry about the number, but track your body fat percentage. You want the muscle mass up and the fat down. That's the
That makes sense.
trends you should. So yeah, so it was a interesting experience because I haven't done a proper one in years. I can't even remember what my numbers were. But I'm like, I'm gonna go do it. So first I saw the weight. And I'm like, oh my, I, I gained a few pounds. And then I saw the muscle mass, which was much better than I thought. So I'm like, oh, okay,
Hmm.
well, that explains everything. So but it's even if you're worried about what it is, you got to start somewhere and then just track it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's my hack.
Like, I've never done that. I might do that.
Yeah, no, they have it at the gym. Some doctors, you can do a DEXA scan that's even more. None of them are perfect, of course, but an in body is pretty. It takes like 30 seconds. They scan. You stand on a thing, and it scans your body,
Ooh, that's
and
scary,
then you get a printout.
but that's good to know.
It's. I mean, why try to fool ourselves?
Mhm.
And also, the scale can. I know I lose weight when I don't work out because I lose muscle mass.
Mm.
So,
But
but
that's not the
but
good
I
weight you
am
wanna
way
lose.
mushier.
Yeah.
So that's not the way you want to be. But if
No.
I just look at the number on the scale, sure, but that's not interesting anymore.
Isn't that interesting?
It's interesting that it's not interesting,
Yes.
but it should never be interesting.
No, but society has
Maybe as
built it.
babies, we need to make sure we gain weight, but after that, we should all worry about the balance between muscles and fat.
Mhm.
That's what's interesting. Yep, that's my little
I
soapbox.
like it.
And talking about, oh, we forgot to change the thing in the back. Oh, well,
Oh.
for those of you watching on YouTube, don't worry about the sign. Um, we are going to deep dive into something. And it's one of those things that have worked for us from last week. We continue, but deep dive into the power of walking. not to be confused with power walking. Power of walking.
Walking.
Power walking.
Like the-
Because this is something that we really, it's the easiest, well, let's just say it's easy if you can walk.
Yes.
But for all of us that have the ability to walk, it is what the body was made to do. So we might think, yeah, it's good because you get more steps on your, yes, that's great if you get more steps on your step counter. But there are so many health benefits, and it's coming out more and more these days. I don't know about you, but I've listened to a lot of podcasts that a lot of people that used to do cardio out the wazoo that now have um, instead gone to weightlifting and walking.
There's been a lot
And
of
it's
that.
something that we also have started doing a lot more. So I run a lot less. I did some hit running yesterday. It's good because it's done in 20 minutes.
Yes.
It's good.
And with me with the children playing soccer, volleyball, I've
Yeah.
tried to teach them also. It's not just running.
Yeah.
So we do like every mailbox.
Yeah.
We do
Yep.
every
The
2 to
sprint.
1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are great. But you really don't need to do as much cardio, especially as you age.
Yes. They need it for more stamina and
Yeah.
just to
As kids. And if you're in a long distance runner or it's, your profession, yes, you need it.
yeah.
But we are not.
No.
Notice no one pays me to run. So really walking has so many health benefits. So I want to do a deep dive into why we all should be walking. Uh, and it's also completely free.
Yes.
Bing!
So if you can, do it.
Can't, yes. So number one reason why we
Mhm.
should is improved cardiovascular health. So yes, it's not, the VO2 max you talk about is kind of like endurance and your input output of oxygen. But you really get a lot of cardiovascular, just heart benefits from walking because it does increase the heart rate without putting it at the highest. It's what you call a zone 1 or 2, and it all depends on what zone 1 is for you. Might be different from me. It all depends on your heart rate, but it really can prevent heart disease and stroke. Getting that blood pumping through the body, moving your limbs. So that's number one. We should also say a big disclaimer. Of course, we are not doctors, and this is not a
No.
doctor-patient. So all of these tips are things I have combined from the internet,
Or
ChatGPT, and other podcasts from doctors. That
So close enough.
so close enough. If you can't see the real doctor, you see the friend of the doctor.
Yes. That's usually what happens anyway.
I had a side note. My dad was a dentist, and I had sometimes friends were like, "Can you see what happened?" I'm like, "I don't know."
That's awesome. You could
Okay,
have made some extra money.
well, I could have
I
just
just
wing
lost
it.
a couple
Yeah,
two teeth.
yeah. So number two, weight management, and this is something we've noticed that running. Yes, you burn more calories at the time you're running. That's the difference between running and weightlifting. Weightlifting, you burn more calories always because
Yes,
the
your body keeps
muscles
on.
keep burning calories. With running, yes, you burn at that time you run. There's no prolonged benefits. Weight management wise, so for fat loss, it's better to be in a lower zone cardio, meaning walking or very light running, because you are not dipping into your muscle storage, which you do if you run more on a regular running pace, like a zone 3 or 4.
Makes a lot of sense.
Then you need a lot of energy for that, so you go into the muscle storage and burn. Whereas when you walk, you tap into your fat storage because it doesn't require the body to go into the muscles for extra energy.
So I'm gonna walk here next time.
There you go. It might take a couple of hours, but so it's a good. It helps. Yes, it burns calorie. There's no denying running will burn more calories, but for a more prolonged effect. And walking is a great weight loss tool. Um, and it boosts your metabolism and can help in reducing body fat. And well, of course, you need to combine it with depends on what you eat too. But it really that fat burning potential of walking is really great.
I will tell you, the military has changed
Oh yeah.
the workouts. So with
Okay.
weight management, when I went in
Mm-hmm.
decades ago, it was a lot of running, a lot of calisthenics,
Uh-huh.
just body weight. But it
Mhm.
was all you were always measured. Like I was always considered overweight
Really?
in the service. So you
So
would
they
get
didn't have a in-body scan.
no.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people would be put on weight management due to their measurements. So even if
Oh,
like they had bigger muscles,
yeah,
they would be considered
yeah.
obese.
But that's the crazy part, isn't it?
And
That's just
it's
nuts.
bizarre. So now they do a lot of like CrossFit and HIIT
Hmm.
in the military. So boot camps are a lot different now.
Yeah. So
But
side note with HIIT training, why that HIIT training has been proven to because it's good to get that your
mhm,
heart rate up to a maximum short spurts. And that has proven not to dip into your muscle storage for energy as much as running a long, like me, like 7 miles at a
I mean, we
fairly,
used to run. I mean,
yeah,
every day we used to eat breakfast and run.
yeah,
I mean, that
yeah.
was like
So then you just burn the breakfast and nothing else.
that's it.
Yeah,
So and they're getting smarter,
yep,
thankfully.
yep. No,
So
but it's interesting. That's why we wanted to deep dive in here because it's really there's a lot of new science
mhm.
and research has come out. All right, so this one is very important too. Walking is great for enhanced mental health.
We all need that.
Yeah, and it has been shown to reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety. So again, it's that walking around, moving your body has proven to reduce depression, anxiety,
Mhm.
and it's stress, get the cortisol down. Um, but it's also, I think, you, especially if you walk outside, it's the fresh air, it's what you see, you get
Mhm.
impressions. So it's kind of the body's natural mood elevator, taking a walk. I will say I don't think walking on a treadmill is quite as efficient mood enhancement wise.
No, that does
I
not
mean, it moves your body, but I think walking outside, if you have the chance to walk outside,
with chance.
with chance, the dog, it really does something for your, and it's also great for your circadian rhythm.
Mhm.
If you walk in the morning when the sun is just kind of getting up or it's just gone up, getting that sunlight in your eyes will set the circadian rhythm so that you're then when the sun goes down, your body will naturally get more tired.
Oh, so I have to walk later.
So it's
I
good to
walk when
walk
it's
at
still
night
dark.
too, because then the eyes register that it's night, and then you automatically will shut
That's why
down.
I'm so tired.
You
When I
don't.
walk in the morning, it's still dark.
Oh
So
well,
my
yeah.
body's like, go back to
You need to
bed.
walk a little later and see the sun.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Number 4, it strengthens muscles and bones.
I
So,
need that.
not to be mistaken for strength training.
No.
So, again, strength training, and we talked about this a lot, is super important, especially as we age. But the fact that moving your body and you're putting pressure on your joints and bones will strengthen them. So, walking will help, should not be your only strength training or
No.
should not be confused with strength training, but it does help to strengthen muscles because you do move, especially with the arms as well. You do move a lot of joints and muscles when walking.
And
Um,
as women, we're prone a lot more to
yes,
osteoporosis.
absolutely. So walking really helps to prevent
Mhm.
osteoporosis, which is when your bones start to getting brittle, and muscle loss. It really can help maintain the muscle that you have. Won't build,
Mhm.
but it will help maintain um, and strengthen the one you have. Okay, number 5. And this one is good. And you see this a lot. And I think us with aging parents can relate to this one. Walking improves balance and coordination,
I see that a
which is
ton.
also super important for and you see with little kids too. When they start walking, they're all wobbly, and then when they get a hang of it, they
They
coordination and
build muscle.
balance.
When they build
Yes.
muscle.
Yes. But it that active lifestyle and moving around a lot, yes, will help definitely with the
Mhm.
coordination of your body. But balance is so important because fall accidents is one of the, especially you fall and you break a hip or something when you get older. That is one of the
Kiss of
kind of
death.
kiss of death. Exactly.
Mhm.
Uh, and then we have number 6, boosted immune function. So I don't know about you, but it just everyone seems to be sick around us.
I was sick
You were sick.
for, gosh,
But there's a lot of
not only just getting sick, they stay sick.
yeah, that's true. It's like an ongoing.
Yes. So
Yeah.
one thing is, you get a cold or something for a week, but there's a lot of people recently have just been really sick for weeks.
So here it says, uh, my research found that regular walking can strengthen the immune system,
Mm.
helping the body fight infections and diseases. And it may also shorten the duration of the illness. So, again, I think it's a lot to do with the fresh air, coming outside, maybe getting a little sun, little vitamin D increase, and then moving your body will move things around, shift things around. Yep. So, if you're feeling a little sick or someone in your family, kick them outside for a little walk.
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
mean,
thing.
it's like the basics.
Yes.
Just go
Yeah.
outside.
And then also, walking will increase your lung capacity. Of course, you need to walk, not in a stroll. Then you need that power walking. So you need to kind of make sure you're walking at a pace where, yes, you can still have a conversation, but you can feel that your heart is definitely uh, pumping, and it's an elevated. You should feel a little out of breath talking the whole time.
So for you, I think that's almost power walking.
I used to have another side note. I used to have a teacher in elementary school that was a Olympic walker. So she was competed in walking in the Olympics. Um, and she taught us how to power walk, like how
There
they
is
do it.
there is a side that
You roll your hips. It's actually hurts more than running.
yes.
Yes, it's not something to.
I'm like,
Uh,
I'd rather just run with
yeah,
all the
no, it's
pain that you
not.
get
Yeah, you
afterwards.
get a lot of pain. You should see her legs. Her calves were gigantic. She's so muscular.
Because they can't lift their
Cannot You can
lift.
only have one leg off the ground or
Yes.
one foot off the ground. Yeah. Anyway, that was a side note. But number 8, this one
Mm.
I can attest to as well. I can attest to all of them, but this is something I started doing recently. So you get better blood sugar control when you walk, especially if you walk right after you eat.
Huh.
And there's a few others that you will notice. We'll get to those. Um, so if you have the possibility after each meal, if you can get up and walk a little bit, it's going to help reduce the spike of blood sugar, which will then help, of course, with insulin and all that,
Yeah.
prevent diabetes. So we started walking at night after dinner. Well, it takes a little while. We kind of clean kitchen and maybe sit down for 2 seconds and then walk the dog. And it really, I don't have the same sugar cravings afterwards. And I sleep better because I think the blood sugar has come down. Otherwise, if you go to bed right after you eat or something, you have high blood sugar, it's really hard to fall asleep.
Huh.
So,
I should try that with my kids.
yeah, no, walking after. And it doesn't have to be long. I mean, if you can't walk, you can do little air squats. They've even shown you getting up on your toes, standing up and doing toe races
Ooh, for your calves.
helps with blood sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what 9 kind of, we touched on it, enhanced joint health. because you lubricate the and strengthen the muscles and the joints, the muscles that support the joints, which can reduce stiffness and pain. And we all know if we've sat down for too long, it really
Mhm.
hurts when you get up, especially if you've been on a plane for 10
Oh my
hours. It's like,
lord.
oh, yeah,
I
well, your
didn't
joints
think
have not gotten lubricated.
oh yeah. Mhm.
So that's why moving around.
Well, now, this one makes sense when they say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
And then number 10, I noticed this too after walking at night. It improves digestion.
everything moves.
Yes. So the gastrointestinal functions are improved, aiding in your digestion because you're not just sitting or laying down, you're walking and everything
I
moves.
cannot. Can you lay down after you eat?
If I'm stuffed enough, then I would be like, but
See,
now I know that I feel way worse if I do it. So I try to move around a little. And it's also shown that people in larger cities, they have usually have little way less or have less body fat because they walk more
Mm,
to and from, and you don't take the car. And especially if you go out for dinner, like in Europe, often there's, you go out for dinner and then you walk home, which improves
huh,
your everything, as we talked about, and also helps with, keeping body weight at bay.
love it.
Yes, and then I have two more little, not as kind of physical benefits. There, number 11 is the social aspect of
Mm,
walking. I do like a group, and as a group fitness instructor, of course, I like group training, but I think walking is something you can. It's a really social activity
mm,
because you can talk, and you can do it with friends, you can do it with your kids, you can do it with your partner, your dog. social
hmm.
the social aspect too, when you have a dog, you meet all the other dog owners or people that love dogs that are out and about, so it automatically um, gets you in a social situation, which again can be great for the mood.
And if you don't like to be social, wear some sunglasses and put some big headphones on, and nobody will talk
And
to
if you
you.
don't want to be social, don't get a dog.
Yeah,
Then you
well, yeah,
just walk your cat
that
or
too.
something.
Yeah, can you imagine walking a cat? Like, there's this person that walks a cat.
Yeah,
You
no, but
don't
it's
talk
it's
to them.
it's fun that you can. It is an activity where you can do. So you can even do, um, you know, meetings walking. So you can have, if you have um, someone, you're gonna have a meeting, talk about something. Well, you could do it while walking. Yeah. So you and we can talk about podcast episodes where we're out walking.
We can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like sitting down and having coffee, but
Well, we can do that too. We can do that afterwards.
Okay,
Yes.
deal.
And then the last one is, so for us that love multitasking or are recovering multitaskers, walking is the ultimate multitasking activity because you can listen to podcasts. Maybe someone is out walking right
Mhm.
now listening to this. You can listen to audiobooks. You can do voice memos if you have bright ideas when you're out walking.
I've done that, yes.
Yeah. And
But I don't think that's considered multitasking.
well, you're walking at the same time as you're doing it. So
Okay.
that is doing two things.
Yeah.
You're You can even get one of those, what are they called? Walking pads, and walk in the office. We're gonna talk about that next, or in a couple of episodes coming up. How to, if you work from home, things you can
I
do.
was thinking of getting
So
one.
you can walk while doing meetings on Zoom. Now, I will say I have bad balance. So for me, walking on a treadmill, I can't do anything. I can listen, but I can't try to do things on my phone, and that then
You
I
have
will
bad
fall.
balance?
Yeah, I do. I have bad balance. Then I will. That's why it's important for me to walk even more, so I will strengthen them. And there's a woman in our neighborhood. She walks while reading a book, which I could never do because I would
I'd
trip
bump into
and
something.
fall. And I can't do that. And it's also, I think it has to do, like, I get seasick,
I do
and
too.
it's kind of the equilibrium is
Mhm.
off, so I can't I can't read in a car, for instance. I can't text in a car. I get super sick if I look down on the phone and try to concentrate. So a little warning there. Yes, multitasking is great. Just know your limits. So don't
Yeah.
try to text while walking on a treadmill if you are Christina, because then you might fall off. Yes, but it is something, an activity that can easily be done while doing other things. So some tips on how we can get more walking in. We have touched on this before. I just mentioned the walking pads. If you're in an office, uh, those are the things you can do under your desk and you kind of just walk on. It's not like a big treadmill. It's more of a smaller kind of pad you walk on.
Yeah, they don't go too fast either. I think
Yeah.
the highest speed I saw, I was just looking at them.
Oh.
They were like 3.8.
Okay, so that's pretty, but that's
That's the fastest it went. It was like 3.8.
you probably shouldn't walk faster than that. Then you might.
Not when you're doing Zoom. You're like, we're just walking.
Yeah, but that's a great idea. Also, parking further away
Mhm.
at the grocery store. Really, I think the best thing you can do is start tracking your steps. We talked about that before too, but to really know where you are and know how to increase it, you need to measure, because a measured number will improve.
Yes.
So I started, my goal was, I thought 10,000, because that's what people say. But I noticed I walk way more than that. So I need to bump. I mean, not every day, some days less, but now my goal is at least 15,000.
I don't know if I have.
And then
I
some
need to
days I
a
get
watch.
over
I don't
20.
I don't have a watch.
Yeah, so you could do it on your phone too.
I don't
But
have
then
my
you have to,
phone.
yeah, I know. Then you have to have your phone with you. Yeah, when I got my Apple Watch, all of a sudden my step count increased dramatically because
You
I
don't
didn't
have
put it down. So all this stuff I was doing around the house, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then another tip to get more walking in: if you are in an office job where you sit down a lot, set your smart device, phone or watch or whatever it is, to a setting in your health app there that tells you to walk for 2 minutes every hour. So my watch, if I've been sitting down for too long, it tells me I need to stand up, and it tells me if I haven't walked enough.
Paula's phone was doing that. And she
Okay.
was like, "Oh, I need to stand up." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Why?"
No, my watch keeps telling me you sat for too long. So now I need to stand up, and then you can set it to where it says now it's time to walk, and then you can just walk around the house or something for a minute or
No.
two. If you do that every hour, if you walk 2 minutes every hour, that's a lot of steps.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, Victor working from home now.
Yeah.
That's one thing my a little bit of a concern, because
Yeah.
he's there's calls every
Yeah. So he
4 or
might
5
need a
minutes.
walk pad.
That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah. Of course you can do a treadmill, but it's hard to put your desk on a treadmill.
Yeah.
And they're much more expensive. I think a
Mhm.
walking pad is much cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, he's sitting down. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go to the bathroom sometimes.
Oh.
I'm like, you need to get up.
Yeah. No, it's so
And he's like, it's so busy. I'm like, man.
set your
I
timers.
might push her if I sit down too much.
Yeah. But it's great to be reminded sometimes to
I think that's so
watch.
cool. I
okay.
thought it was weird.
I need to move.
She's like, I can stand. I'm like,
Yeah. And it tells you at
why?
night too if you haven't gotten your steps in or if you haven't moved
So you
enough.
sleep with your watch?
I do. I sleep with my watch because
But isn't that bad to sleep with your
it's
watch?
like all devices will you can have or a ring, or you can have, I'm sure there's some kind of what do you call it, frequency, no, what do you call it, um, radio act radio frequencies that are maybe not the best, but the watch doesn't do that much while you, it's not like I'm charging it while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
But I love it because it measures how I sleep, so I can see in the morning if how many hours and how much deep sleep and all that.
Mm-hmm. No, it
I
has
like that.
really great info.
Yeah. So I do. Yeah, I do. I don't mind sleeping with it until someone tells me that can absolutely not be done, or some research comes out. I'm gonna do it. All right. So that was the walking deep dive.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
there's really
everything.
no reason why we should. And I will say
Mhm.
I can understand for anyone who's hasn't been to a gym that going to a gym is can be intimidating and it just overwhelming and it feels like you don't know where to start. Uh, But if you have the chance or if you have two legs and you can move them, there's no excuse why we're not walking.
Yeah, walking, especially with the weather, it's so nice out. It's not too hot right
Not
now.
everywhere in the world.
Um, well, if
Some
you're in,
parts are not. So
if
then,
it's
if you
really,
can't,
really cold,
yeah,
then get
you
a
can
walking
bundle
pad.
up. Oh, and also just so you know that if it's really cold outside and your body requires more energy to keep warm, so you actually burn more fat if
Oh,
it's cold
so don't
outside.
feel bad if it's cold. It's
Exactly. If you're a
fine.
little cold, it's good for you. That's why the whole cold plunge and all that stuff. Yeah, you
I
can
did
do.
that once.
Oh yeah, I'm not. That's not my thing.
Yeah, we were getting ready to go home, and we were in
Not my
Mosul,
thing.
and there was an iced over pool. We were leaving in a couple of days, and we all decided to go. And I was like, we could have died of hypothermia before we got home. But it
No,
was,
not if you not well if you're in there too long, but
well, I mean,
like 30 seconds.
I don't know how to swim. I was there for quite a
Oh,
bit,
okay.
but it was good.
That's
It was
yeah.
good. Cold plunge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was fun. Thank
All
you,
right.
Christina.
Well, thank you. Now we can't sit down anymore. We need to start
Yes,
moving, and
time to
we're
stand up.
gonna go walk. Take a walk. Go for a walk.
Yay.
Yes. Maybe we should start a walking club. Maybe not today. Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget to walk.